Hi, why the fuck notters? How you doing out there? Today we are Dwightless. I know it's going to be a shock to the system for everybody, but Dwight had some important errands he had to go on. So we are allowing him, just being nice and letting him have the day off today. But on that same notion, there's going to be a time next week that I will not be here for the podcast as well. So that'll be a treat for all you guys out there. Right next to me, I've got
Erin.
And we have a very, very special guest with us today. It is Kyle the intern, because we always wanted an intern. Kyle, say hi. Tell the people about yourself.
Hey, guys. Not much to tell. Just...
All right. Okay. So
they kind of picked me up, you know?
Yeah, so you see, for those people that don't know who Kyle is, Kyle's somebody that we work pretty closely with. He's got a lot of general, kind of pop culture information stored in the head. I mean, useless information, but, useful to us.
He's our resident movie nerd, mostly.
Yeah, that's for sure, movies, yeah.
Yeah, heavier than I am, and definitely more heavier into, comic books than I am, too.
Yeah.
So, he can school me pretty good on that type of stuff. But either way, we're going to bring him on here, see how he does, and be a little bit of a replacement for Dwight for the week. And I'm not sure, but he might be the replacement for me next week. I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what the people say.
Yeah, chicken and a brick could probably do it the same way, but whatever. So anyway, Erin, how's your week been?
Not too bad. Actually, I've been pretty good. Feeling good the last couple of weeks, which is, I don't think I've said that in probably 10 years.
You haven't said it on any of our podcasts yet,
Yeah.
That's for sure. I've never heard I've had a good week.
Yeah.
And she's like, depressed. My back hurts.
I almost shot a guy.
So why was it such a good week for you?
I really have no idea. I just don't know. I've been feeling better. I don't know. I've been happier at work. Things have been going good. And then last night, there's this chat room. Shout out to tripsit.me. If you're ever I wasn't, but if you're ever on drugs and you need someone to talk to, if you're
how you
freaking
had to
out.
state that this time.
Yeah, no. I got off work. It was late at night. I find it refreshing to just go in there and talk to some of the people. But it's a really good place. They have emergency help there, or if you're tripping out and just need someone to talk to, they're good people to go to who can calm you down. There's certain sites and certain people who will talk to you one-on-one. This is all a chat room online.
So it's like your experienced drug buddy.
Yeah, basically.
All the time.
Yeah.
Sitting there being you're just fucking riding a really big high right now.
Yeah. And
we can help bring you down.
Yeah, exactly. It's a trip sitter. That's why it's called tripsit.me. And they have a bunch of charts, which drugs you shouldn't mix together.
It sounds really useful in the world, in the drug world, where especially when you're on experimental stages where you've never tried a drug before, to have something like that, or people like that can be oh no, this is what happens on this drug, don't worry about it, or that shit's probably not supposed to be happening to you right now.
Maybe you should go to a hospital if you're bleeding out your anus.
That's everybody's got its breaking point. Anus bleeding is on there.
That's my breaking point.
Anything else time. Below anus bleeding,
yeah.
Just ride it out. Well, Kyle, how about yourself? How's your week been?
Pretty good. Pretty busy. Just getting back more to a routine. Just getting back to where I want to be. So
okay. So you were at a place in your life that you wanted to be, and you've deviated from it, and now you want to get back there?
Yeah, I'm trying to get back there. Just more routine, going back to the gym, this kind of stuff. Eating healthier. Yeah, work's been good. Busy, fun, always fun.
Yeah, you're taking on more responsibility.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
I like it. Closing's always good. That's fun.
Yeah, well, you've been doing really good with it. So.
Yeah.
Myself, good week, great night, almost too great. Got really drunk, kind of hungover today, so sorry about any, first of all, raspy voice or temperament that I might have. It was pretty, I had about 17 beer in total yesterday, and that was from the course of 5 in the afternoon till 5 in the morning, so a good 12-hour span.
12-hour period.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking beer in that amount of time. But I've had 3 hours sleep, so I'm going good.
I would die for sure.
Yeah, I'm rough, but I'm doing pretty good. I'm just a little sweatier than I would normally be. That's about it. But I went to go see CKY for my first time.
Camp Kill Yourself.
Big fan of them. I love them. I've always wanted to go see them. They're on my bucket list of bands, so I've got to scratch them off. Surprisingly, though, wasn't too enthralled with their show. They were good, but they weren't as energetic as I originally hoped. They're missing a member. The lead singer is no longer part of them anymore, so Chad Ginsberg, the guitarist, is taking on the lead singing. He's good. He does much better with the new stuff because he was clearly built for him to sing on it.
Yeah.
But like the earlier stuff that they were like doing, which was a lot of the set, didn't feel the same because he just doesn't have the same tempo. But the big surprise for me is the opening band, or one of the opening bands, was a band called The Wild. Very like punk / rockabilly. Like it was just great energy and awesome band. So I had like a great time with that.
Yeah, they sounded pretty good. We heard them in the car ride over.
Yeah, they're not that bad at all. They got some decent music to them. Like,
I used to listen to CKY like a long time ago. Haven't heard any of their new stuff though.
Yeah, they haven't had new stuff for like 10 years, 7 to 10 years, somewhere within there, and they're finally releasing one next week. So I am going to pick the album because the new stuff sounded really good. But yeah, no, this The Wild band is from BC. It's Canadian, so there's a shout out to some Canadian rock bands out there. Fucking solid.
Nice.
Really, really good. I was very impressed with them. So, and then aside from that, I am literally 2 days away from going to Orlando for my honeymoon. So got
That's
a lot
gonna
to be
be fun.
excited.
Yeah.
Got a lot to be excited about. I think I'm going to go to Disney, and I'm planning on stealing Eeyore's tail.
Oh,
That's my
man.
plan.
Don't be that
Bring
guy.
it back.
That's the plan. I'm bringing it back home, baby. Bringing it
TSA
back.
let you bring that?
Yeah, we'll get it through customs. It'll be fine. What's this
Yeah.
Eeyore's tail? I'm claiming it. What's the fucking problem?
I said I stole it. What's the problem here?
Well, I mean, this has been a pretty exciting week in the world of pop culture, which is part of the reason why we're bringing you on, Kyle. So, this is the week of E3 and first publicized or public E3 ever out there. So I think they're opening it up to 50,000 fans are allowed to buy tickets for it now, which is a huge amount considering
that's a lot of
0
people.
was the amount that was allowed to go before.
Yeah.
Unless you had
Yeah.
press passes. We are recording on Sunday, so we don't have all the panels that have happened. We have some rumors that we've heard about, but we did go through the EA panel. So we're gonna like break apart the E3 or EA panel fully because that's like fully announced, and then we'll talk about a little bit of the some of the rumors for like Bethesda and
Microsoft, and then there's Sony and
the
PC
PC
Gamer.
stuff. And I'm interested to hear what you have for the PC because I always like in my world, PC always gets skipped by. We hear maybe one thing, maybe two things. It's so common to get skipped by on E3.
It's really only the hardcore PC enthusiasts who pay attention to that stuff anyway.
It is true.
But like the PC one's not out till Monday or Tuesday, I think, when they're doing it.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be doing announcements all week after that too for the public when the public's there. They're just not going to be as big. Like this the first 3 days I think is like the press.
Yeah,
E3.
that's what I kind of figured out, and then the public comes.
Yeah, after Tuesday. So there'll still probably be some stuff to like hype up the public, especially if this is going to be the first time that the public's going to get to check everything out. So I'm interested to see what that what happens with that being the first year they're doing that. Before any of that, though, we all got to take a look at a trailer that just recently popped. Black Panther, the trailer. I'm a big Marvel movie nerd. I absolutely love the MCU. And Kyle...
The MCU?
MCU.
Marvel. Is that a universe?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I thought it was like a university somewhere. What the hell's that?
MCU. Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
It's different from the comics because the storylines aren't the same. They do change things up. They tend to like take 1 or 2 comics and mash it into a movie. Quite commonly, most recent is Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
They mashed 2 characters together to make Star-Lord's dad. Captain America, not Winter Soldier, Civil War. It's kind of a mashup of a couple comics too, as also. So, like there is some things that they're like trying to jam together, which makes sense because if you think about how long a series of a comic, like one of those story arcs are, they're not usually a full movie's worth. You know, they can be, but you're better off kind of jamming those things together.
Well, it's almost been 10 years now that they've started this universe. Since
yeah,
2008.
Yeah,
Iron
that was
Man
Iron Man 1, right?
Yeah, and then Incredible Hulk. Right
what
after
about
that.
Deadpool?
Deadpool's part of a different Marvel universe because that's
they're
Sony
part of Fox.
It's Fox,
it's
Fox. So Fox owns all the mutants. Back in the 90s, Marvel was kind of going out of business. They were going to get bankrupt, basically. So instead of going bankrupt, they sold a couple of their properties. They sold Spider-Man to Sony, and they sold the X-Men to Fox. And it was a big...
And
Fantastic Four as well. Them selling the X-Men was partially due to the success that the cartoon had on Fox.
Oh, yeah.
They wanted to jump aboard on that. They're like, we can do something with this. They bought it. And they didn't do terribly. They didn't do great either with the X-Men universe. They did fucking horrible with the Fantastic Four universe. And the Spider-Man universe is debatable, but I think it's shit. So I'm curious to see now that they've allowed Spider-Man to go back to the MCU, what's going to happen with that. But regardless, This is part of the MCU, which is Marvel. So this is
okay.
all Marvel, and that's where Black Panther's going to lie within there. Part of their 10-year plan for the for basically the Infinity Gauntlet, which is another really big story arc in Marvel.
Yes.
And Black Panther's a pretty big forefront on it because of the
I'd say
vibranium
so, yeah.
stuff, right? Yeah, like I would say so.
Yeah, they've announced one of his bad guys from his movie is going to be in the Infinity Wars. That's coming out next year also.
Oh, yeah, the first one was, right?
Manape? Is that, what is that?
Manape?
I think, is that?
I can't remember. Okay, out of all Marvel characters, Black Panther's one of the ones I know the least.
Same here, but it's,
Never heard of it
Looks good,
until I saw this trailer 10 minutes ago.
Oh, I see. Like, I've always known a Black Panther, but it's everything else I don't know. Like, I know Storm from X-Men, Storm, the girl that, like, creates lightning and shit.
Yeah.
She has a big backstory with
they eventually
Black
get
Panther.
married.
Yeah, they get it, but it won't happen in this
No,
clearly
of course
because of the
not,
two different companies. But Storm and Black Panther eventually, they have a child, I think, at some point too.
So.
I can't remember.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, I'm sorry for.
I was gonna read these 30-year-old comics.
Who's gonna? I think I have. Okay, that's another point. Spoiler alerts don't count if they're 10 years old.
Yeah.
You do not have to. You're a fucking idiot for not watching it. That's your own problem.
I'm so out of the loop with this stuff. I don't know comic books. I don't know. I haven't seen any of these comic book movies.
What did you do as a kid? You never really read comics or anything?
No, I went outside, which is like the exact opposite of what I did now.
I went outside. I just read them outside.
I mean,
Yeah.
the deepest I went
You
was
did that?
Archie comics. I had a bunch of Archie comics.
Hey, Archie got a little interesting. Archie died, actually.
Yeah, recently.
Yeah, very recently.
They just came out with an Archie show.
Yeah, the Riverdale. or something like
Riverdale on Netflix. It's really
on
good.
Netflix.
See, I recognize the name Riverdale. I didn't.
that. Well, Riverdale High is their high school.
Yeah.
So Riverdale being the name of the show, it's weird. It's kind of like a Scooby-Doo show, isn't it?
It's like a teen drama, like
Oh,
murder
Scooby-Doo?
mystery. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the Archies kind of went that direction
Yeah.
in the comics eventually. That
Oh, yeah.
Scooby-Doo murder mystery thing.
Pretty good show.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's like
Yeah.
the Hardy Boys, you know. It's like a mixture of Hardy Boys and Archie and stuff. So, cool show from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Never watched it. Not an Archie fan.
I just want to see what wasn't it like a gang shootout where Archie got shot, like saving someone?
No, I don't know. I can't remember. I never actually read the story of what I just heard he died.
Yeah, that's what.
And
I
that was
think
kind of
that's
like,
what I
oh
heard.
no, Archie's dead.
Yeah.
Fuck, whatever.
Jughead takes over.
Jughead's time to shine. That was a big one that happened recently, and the other one that, like, comic book wise, the deaths that really got me, Calvin and Hobbes. Calvin died.
What?
Yeah. When he got old, he died of old age, and Hobbes sat at his bed when he died.
What? This little child?
It's him in the future, lying at his
okay.
bedside.
So they just skipped all
He's
that.
dying, and Hobbes is still sitting right beside him.
That's
And-
the saddest thing I've ever
Oh,
heard.
you don't even know. My wife cried when she heard that. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
wow.
okay, well that, yeah.
She
Your
loved
wife
those.
of all.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, we have all the Calvin and Hobbes, like the big collection of them.
Oh,
So it's
okay,
like
yeah.
everything on there. But yeah, he dies in one. And it's like fucking heart wrenching when it happens. Like that was
Yeah.
something I read in the paper every goddamn Sunday. You know?
Yeah.
It was a big thing for me. But the fact that they did that was crazy.
Now,
Anyway, totally breaking off.
Kathy died. No one gives a shit. No one would notice.
The farce. Garfield's dead. Shit, whatever.
Other comic book news. What's his name? Adam West died.
Oh, that was that happened 2
Batman.
days ago. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
kind of shocking. He was like one of the people in pulp culture that transcended age, in my opinion. Like, nobody thought of him as an older person. They always just thought of him as Batman. Like, he's always just been.
Well,
that
they put
guy.
him in
Or
Family Guy.
yeah, Mayor,
Mayor West. Yeah, like
Yeah.
for the younger generation, Mayor West.
Yeah.
Me in the '80s, it was before I watched Muppets on YTV, which is a Canadian show.
I remember.
Or
YTV.
channel, yeah, YTV.
Oh, yeah.
They would be the fucking two Batmans in a row of the 60s Batman. So I'd watch those two just to wait to watch the Muppets. So like in that time, I was never a fan of it until I wasn't watching it anymore. I'm like, I actually really missed it, and I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, Adam West was like he was probably one of the biggest pop icons. Period.
Before my time, and I still know the man.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
he's everywhere. People know his name. He can't go to a con without getting recognized. Like, he's everywhere.
I think I know him most from Ralph Garman, and he does a podcast with Kevin Smith
Okay.
from Jay and Silent Bob, and like I used to listen to that podcast all the time, and he was a big Adam West fan, and he actually got him a star on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was because of him. He started like a big campaign for it.
Oh, that's great. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
sure, Adam West didn't do a lot. He was Batman.
Yeah.
And he did some stuff on Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
There was some other small little things, but he is always going to be Batman.
Yeah.
Any way that you look at it,
Yeah.
no two ways about it. So, I mean, it's a sad day that he passed away. My thoughts go out to his family, his fans, anybody that's like he's touched in his life, and I guarantee he's touched a lot of people.
Yeah.
He's been a very big influence for a lot of people. So unfortunately, we did lose a big icon in the comic book. Well, I guess comic book is more like TV universe, but still comic book universe. Any comic nerd still respects what he's did, and he kind of brought comic books to the mainstream in an era that did not want to do that. You know, like they didn't want to have comics going that far out back then.
Well,
the comics code was really heavy.
Yeah, if I remember, I think Batman comics were actually dying, and he brought them back.
Yeah, that was happening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He was part of the reason they got as big as it did because the property was going. So they're like, well, let's make a TV show out of it, see what we can do with it. And they fucking nailed it. Yeah. Like to a T. But yeah, unfortunately, he passed away. So back on track.
That got a little depressing. Sorry,
Black Panther.
Well, I guess
I had to bring that up.
Yeah, it's fair. It needed to happen.
Everyone compares Black Panther to Batman. They say he's the...
Who does that?
Well, they say Black Panther is the Batman
we
of
are. Now,
Marvel, basically.
We're starting the
he's
trend.
a billionaire. Well, sorry, he's a trillionaire.
I think people
is he like
Tony
George Soros?
Stark as the Batman because Tony Stark's the millionaire.
No, Black Panther, he's the richest comic book character. He's the biggest...
Look at Kyle pulling out stats and facts here.
I don't think of him as he's just a king, right? Like
he's a king?
Well, yeah, of his Wakanda.
Yeah, it's an advanced
civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fronted by looking like they're poor and
shit.
But if you go into their actual culture, there's like vibranium, and vibranium is like the basis of almost everything Marvel.
It's Captain America's shield. Also.
Okay.
Vibranium. Yeah. I think the only thing tougher was Wolverine's claws, right? That's tougher than the vibranium.
Isn't that adamantium? I know this one.
Yeah, that's correct.
Nerd points for Erin.
I think that's a tougher or equal to.
Well, because the MCU it's split between the two things because they can't use that metal in the MCU, so they're usually, I think they're on the same level.
I'm talking comic book wise, though.
Comic book wise.
Yeah, I think they're like pretty close to the same strength, which is
same strength.
This is like really deep nerd talk. We're talking about the strength between two metals.
Yeah,
that aren't even real.
We're not even talking about the comic book characters anymore. It's the metals that are within them. But vibranium being like one of the big things anyway in the MCU, where. That's Captain America's shield, right?
Yeah.
And everybody wants to get their hands on it, which is why Wakanda's always under attack because people are trying to get these medals for themselves.
Wakanda,
yeah, Wakanda. I just said Wakanda.
I think you said what Erin said earlier.
Uganda?
I didn't say Uganda. The Uganda would be the worst place for that to fucking happen.
Well, that is true. They are currently mining a bunch of shit from Uganda.
That is true. Maybe it is vibranium.
Maybe
it's not fucking telling us that's what's happening. Well, anyway, the trailer dropped yesterday, right?
On Friday.
So 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so it dropped 2 days ago. I just watched it today with both of you. I know, Kyle, you've probably seen it 50 times.
Yeah.
Because you just watch trailers over
I pause it and I cry a little.
I cry a little.
Are you one of those people who goes frame by frame?
Yes.
Just see and find shit?
Yeah.
See, you should do that. You should do a breakdown video on fucking YouTube or something. It'd be easy enough for you to do, right?
Yeah.
You should. You may as well. People are doing it all the time. If you know the stuff, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth it. There you go. There. I just gave you $1 million idea. I own 10% of it. Just saying.
I'll give you 20.
All right, sweet. I'll take it. But anyway, the trailer dropped. I think, from what I could see, looks really good. That being said, Marvel has been knocking it out of the park with lesser-known characters.
Yes.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy was never meant to be as big as it was. They did so good with it that it just blew up. Doctor Strange is not a big character to people that are not into comics. You know, if you're into comics, you know Doctor Strange. You know he's really big in the universe. He's kind of where the multiverse comes from. Is the fact that he can like tap into those multiverses. So he's a really big character that's going to have a lot to do with the Infinity Gauntlet. So I saw that happening, but the Black Panther, I wasn't sure when they first announced that Black Panther was going to be in the Civil War.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, he's going to be in there. That's fucking cool. I wonder if they're going to do a movie. Clearly, that's their plan.
It was supposed to come out this year, then they pushed it back because they got Spider-Man back, so they wanted Spider-Man to come in first, of course.
Which makes sense, right? Like, Spider-Man's a huge name, and they're going to make a lot of money from that. And I think Sony, who's allowing them to use Spider-Man for this, has gone on record to being like, you're only getting one, and this is all you're getting. And which is fucked up, because they're going to make so much money from this.
Yeah, well...
And then they're going to try and bank off the fact that the first one was Marvel, and they're just going to fuck it up like they did it with every other goddamn fucking Spider-Man movie they've ever done.
Sony's going to do this?
Yeah,
well,
Sony does this, yeah.
Sony said gonna allow 3 movies, maybe more.
Did they say that? I
They
heard
said
there was going to
3.
be 1 and they were going to cut them off.
Well, they already filmed scenes for Infinity Wars. I think he has 3 movies they want him to do, and then they're gonna try to pull him back because they're trying to do that stupid thing with Venom.
They're trying to do a Spider-Man universe.
Spider-Man universe, yeah.
It's like separate from everything else. It's just the Spider-Man. So like Venom and
Black
Carnage
Cat.
and Black Cat.
This shit is
Or-
so confusing.
and rated
Oh,
R.
I know, man. We've only been talking about this for maybe what? Like, what's it say? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and we've gone deep. Really deep. And do you even know what's going on at this point?
Barely.
Fox,
I
Sony,
recognize
Marvel.
Yeah, I recognize
Which is
some
Disney,
of these
technically.
names.
Yeah,
it's Marvel or Disney, Fox, and Sony.
Oh god.
These 3 things are like tugging. They're literally tearing each other apart, trying to
Yeah.
figure out what they're going to do with things. So,
But I think Black Panther, to get back on that path, is going to do really well, especially with how well Wonder Woman was doing, because that was a new character, like not a new character, but first time on screen. So I think Black Panther's really going to hit that spot. Like,
I think this is the serious. It's going to go back to a serious comic book movie, which we haven't had for a little while. We've always had like, Tony Stark in there, or we've had fucking Ant-Man, or like we've always had this pretty big comic relief.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see much of that in this. I think this is going to be very serious.
and it's the first movie that's not, I guess, in like the United States. I think it's just in
Yeah,
Africa
everything's
stuff.
always happened in like
Yeah.
the Marvel universe of
Yeah.
the United States.
Yeah.
This is pretty big. No, oh wait, where did Age of Ultron happen? That wasn't the United States.
Well, some of it, right?
It started
in
there,
New York,
the,
but
the
I know.
fucking
I mean,
where they lifted the city up. That was
in Europe somewhere.
I can't
Europe.
remember.
Yes, I don't even
There's
think that's
more
a
than-
real.
Europe is not a fucking one spot.
No.
It's like Europe
Yeah.
is like huge.
Europe is huge.
Yeah.
I can't remember where in Europe.
I don't think it was a real place either.
I think that almost everything they do isn't a real. I think so. I could be wrong, but I thought that they were like trying to do that, like make it real world.
I'm not sure. Well,
I can't remember.
Wakanda isn't real. So.
No, that's true. That's true. Africa's real though.
Yeah.
just
Is
just
it?
putting that out there. Just if you didn't know.
That's very real.
Okay, so we had to get that one out. I just had to talk about that one. Like a lot of comic book stuff has happened over the past couple days.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
let's.
I thought it looked pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty decent, right? Like I like the action that they're going to go with it. Black Panther's always been a really strong character, and he's like got like the martial arts skills to back it up. To
He has
like,
a
be really
new
cool.
suit in it.
Yeah, I didn't see the new suit. I was paying attention, but I wasn't paying super attention, like compared to what they did in Civil War.
I've seen it 51 times now, so.
I've literally counted 51. Well, 52 because of the last one.
Yeah.
So let's go back to our original topic now. Let's start talking about some E3 stuff. So far, we've had one panel. The first panel is EA Play is what they call it. And I think the idea of this is just for them to do all their announcements and allow people to stream their new games or the new things. I guess it's kind of like demo versions of their games and stuff. Let's just start off the hop. It opened up with the Drumline coming out, and for Madden, the new Madden 18. I could give 2 fucks less about Madden. Like I know you don't mind this type of stuff, but like the fact that Madden 18 has a storyline mode is the big thing.
Yeah.
Why? Like I get it, but who gives a shit at this point?
Isn't the point like you play as your own person? You want to do your own thing.
Yeah, like now you're not. Now you're getting put into.
They've made fucking so many games. There's only so many things they can do. I get that they're trying to do something new and newish, and I'll give them props for that.
Yeah, I'll definitely give them credit for that because Madden was, in my opinion, it was getting stale. The only thing that was happening with Madden at this point, because the graphics are already as good as I think they can pretty well get
on a PS4.
All it is just a roster update.
Yeah.
Shut up. Subtle.
Well, like I was saying, this kind of pulled me back into it. I haven't played Madden, probably have all the games because EA Access.
It's been at least 3 weeks.
Okay, yeah. But that story mode, it's kind of bringing me back and pulling me back in. Looks interesting. I'm probably not going to get it, but it looks like something that I might want to get.
I mean, Madden games are fun. Like, I don't mind.
Like, I'm not a sports game guy, but I do know Madden is like the fucking football game to get.
When I used to play console, like I had a lot of fun with Madden games, but on PC they don't come out with them ever.
Yeah, I guess they haven't. Like NHL does though. Like NHL, the NHL
there's
series.
like
used to.
NHL 12.
Yeah.
Oh, they stopped doing it after 12. I thought they had 17 was on it. My dad was playing 17, or my father-in-law was playing 17 on there.
Well, they have very rare releases. Like there was like an 08 or something, and
Just
like an 04.
sporadic.
Yeah,
it's never year
like
after year.
there's. I
That's
think
not a bad thing.
the most recent Madden's like probably like 08.
Really? Holy
But yeah,
shit.
there's a lot of mods for it though, where people update rosters and do all this types of shit.
Well, if the community's going to keep up with it and like
Yeah.
get the graphics going for it, like they just need the basis essentially, and they can just keep going with it and go,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
basically do what EA
And
is
that
doing
defeats
already.
the purpose of ever buying a new Madden game.
That was the fucking point, right? Like you get it's the roster update. That's the big thing for every year for Madden. Like they could have done that in a DLC with. Like,
I think they do. I remember for NHL, I believe they had this. This was a couple years ago, but if you had like Xbox Live, if a player got traded, if you enabled it, it would trade the player in your season. Like there was live updates
for that year, I think. And after the
And
year
then-
stopped, you had to get the new game. So
Really?
I think that's what happened
sons
with
of
that.
bitches.
See, they're fucking smart. They're like, how can
Yeah.
we keep getting money out of these fuckers?
Fucking EA, man.
They're getting better with that shit, though. They're like, which brings me on to the next one is Battlefield 2. They were talking about. He goes
Battlefield 1. Or
or-
Battlefront.
Battlefront. Sorry, Battlefront 2. Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
wrong wording. When he was wording it at the beginning, I think he fumbled with his words because I like was really paying attention when he said he's like, "We're going to be showing Battlefront 2, and it's a new look at our new IP." And I'm like, "Do you know what a new IP is supposed to stand for? Like,
I don't think so.
that is new intellectual property. So you don't know anything about this. It's new.
It's
and
based on
this is a
something
part
original.
2. Like, it's not new. It bothered me that he's like, I don't think he knows what IP is supposed to stand
This is
for.
why I don't watch the shows, because it's just like hours of wasted time.
Oh,
and
it's so bad.
the things I watch are the trailers.
Yep.
I read what people I like have to say about it, and then of course the cringe compilations,
Those are great.
which happen
There's
every
actually
year.
there's a couple of them on this one that I was
Yeah, I've
watching.
already
like,
seen.
Yeah, every time.
It's already a compilation.
Did you see that? Okay, well, let's just continue going down the line here. So they talked a little bit that hey, we're going to be talking about this later. So I was like, all right, cool. Which brought them on to Battlefield 1, where they have new map downloads. I think there's a total of, they said it was 11 new maps
Okay.
that was coming out. They're doing nighttime maps, so stuff that happens during the night, and they're also going to be doing snow maps, which is all on the Eastern Shore. Is what they're saying.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a battle of the SAR. But back to Battlefront 2. What I liked about that is they said they're gonna actually have a really big single player campaign.
Yeah, and that's I was gonna get to that later because like that didn't happen till they just mentioned it at the beginning, and then later on they actually talk about it, like they showcase it, right?
And the free DLCs and
yeah,
stuff.
and all that stuff, which is good that they're
That's,
doing that.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. If they did that for Battlefield, I would start playing the game again right now.
But I think they're planning that with Battlefield, is what I'm hearing. They're going to be doing some freer stuff, is what they were like. It's not going to be like they're doing the maps are going to cost, but with those, there's going to be free updates with it, is what they were kind of saying. I think adding guns and stuff or something like that.
As far as I know from the old Battlefield games, is they released the maps on premium for like 2 weeks early, and then you can buy the maps if you're not premium, and then maybe after they come out with the next maps, a couple months later, they release those old maps for free.
Oh, okay, so it does become
As
a free
far as I know,
eventually.
yeah.
Maybe that's kind of what they were talking about. But like when I saw this, I'm like, is that enough for me to start playing this game? Because I haven't played this game yet, and it was one of the ones that I was kind of like on the fence. You were the one that kind of convinced me to try it. Like I was going to try it eventually. I still haven't yet, but like the fact that it's doing this kind of like old school, like World War I, almost almost historically correct, to a degree.
To a degree.
Well, I'm saying to a degree because they are also releasing Women's Battalion of Death.
Yeah.
Fuck off. That did not
thing.
happen. Not real. No women were fighting in World War One. That wasn't. They were there.
Yeah.
And they were support. They were like
First aid, shit
healthcare
like
and stuff like that. They
making
weren't
ammo.
fighting the way that they're trying to do this, which to me seems like they're just trying to grasp a target audience of like, well,
of
girls
course,
play,
yeah.
so let's
Yeah.
make this for them. Like, if you want to be historically correct, then just be historically correct. If you're not going to be, then that's fine. Don't, but like stick with one or the other.
Exactly.
Don't do both.
Wonder Woman was in World War One.
What?
Did you hear that silence?
Yeah, sorry. Well, they're trying to do that for every game now. New Call of Duty, even Battlefront 2. Their story mode is a female.
I'm okay with that. Again,
Yeah.
but if you're gonna claim that you're historically accurate game, be historically accurate.
It seems a lot like
But
it's pandering.
I don't mind.
Yeah, that's
that
what I
too
feel like.
much.
It's just more pandering, and I to me that's a knock against the game that they're just trying to associate this for women. Like if you want to, that's fine. I get that, but like again, if you're gonna go with historically accurate, be that way. If you're not, if you're gonna like claim that it's not historically accurate, like they did.
I mean, Battlefield's never been completely accurate or realistic ever.
True.
Like I don't like that they're doing that. I can see why they're doing it. I'm not gonna knock the game.
Oh
for
yeah,
it.
like I think that they should be doing those in most games for stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
like, to have a female
As long as they're not
protagonist and a male.
changing like the storyline.
I think for me, the way that I look at it is like some stories call for a male protagonist, some stories call for a female.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter too much in the difference, but you shouldn't pander to make it work for both. A good example of this is Horizon Zero Dawn. Everybody shat on the fact that it was a woman being the lead, and I have zero problem with it. She's a strong female lead, and it works well within the story. It makes sense, and they never make a big deal about it in the story. It's not like, oh, this woman, blah blah blah. You know, like they never do that in the story. It's just this person is doing this thing, and it just happens to be a redheaded woman. That's
Exactly. Like I honestly, like, I haven't played the game. I thought it looked like a great game. I didn't even notice she was a woman. Like I could give two fucks.
You didn't know she was a woman?
Well, I was looking at the monsters and the other shit.
But that's my point, though, is I don't think it should have to matter at this point. At this day and age, does it really matter? Like, they're like, oh, I can't identify with this character. You can't identify with the post-apocalyptic fucking robot dinosaurs? Is that what your problem is? You
like,
can't identify with that?
This is a huge thing in the movie world, so now they're trying to bring it into games.
Yeah, and to me, I just don't think it matters. I'm not on either side of it. You know, like, I don't think all of them should be males because I can't fucking deal with being woman. Like, I don't give a shit about that. I just think the story should call for what it calls for, and there shouldn't be anything else beyond that. You know, if it's a woman, if it's a transgender, if it's a gay person, if it's a man, I don't give a shit. If it tells the story properly, then just go with it.
Yeah, there was no outrage for Ballad of Gay Tony.
No, and nobody said shit about it, right?
Yeah, they thought it was great.
Yeah, it was just, and it was probably the best story on Part 4, like by far.
Well, when did that come out? That was a while ago now. Everyone's
so... That was in 2008.
Now everyone is so... That's almost 10 years. Everyone's so soft now about this kind of subject.
Yeah. It's a weird time.
Are. But, it is a very, like, sensitive time. Which, I don't think anything we're saying here is insensitive. I'm saying that if you wanted to make your game about that, that's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, it's not a bad thing. Just don't do it because you feel you have to pander to another audience. Just do what fits the story, and that's what you should stick with.
Well,
it shouldn't matter what they are or what sexual beings they are, or like it just happens. You know, like I think Life is Strange is all about a lesbian, but they barely really talk about that aspect of her.
Didn't even know that.
I didn't know either. Well, like Mass Effect 3 couldn't you play as a dude or a girl in that one? That was a big part about that game?
It kind of was, yeah.
There was homosexuality in it?
Yeah, well, people were shitting on that, too. It was mostly religious, the really heavy religious...
They're going to shit on anything.
It's true. Especially when it didn't matter what it would be. You know, like a guy kissing a guy, girl kissing a girl, they're going to get upset over it.
The Sims, for the longest time, you couldn't, like, go to bed with another male. But I believe they recently released a patch where you could do that.
Yeah, that changed with The Sims. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, I think you can now have kids.
That's like in a same-sex marriage, so like an adoption sort of deal. Yeah, that's fair. Like, why wouldn't?
As long as they clearly show that it's adoption and not confuse people.
Yeah, like how did that guy get pregnant by that guy? Like, I don't think they would go that route.
No,
like they would make it proper, and I think that's fair. Like like I said, it shouldn't pander to one or the other. It should just fit the story. If it fits the story, go with it. And I feel that that's what Battlefield 1... Wow, we're on the second game right now. I think that's what Battlefield 1's doing with that Battalion of Death, or Women's Battalion of Death, is they're just trying to pander, which I don't think is the right thing to do. So right after Battlefield 1, though, I'm only going to touch on it kind of briefly because I don't really care about the series, but FIFA, the new FIFA game.
Oh, it looks amazing. I'm so excited. I don't give any shits whatsoever.
Same here.
I'm in the same boat. I don't like FIFA games.
We're not in Europe, though.
Yeah, it's huge.
We're going to get shit on from our European audience. They're going to be like, fuck you guys.
Yes, the football game. See, I did that right? I did it right? Yeah. Okay, so the football game, FIFA, I literally wrote it in my notes. I could give two shits less. However...
Yeah, mine says, who the fuck cares?
It's not even in my notes.
I do see the merit in what they're doing. I do see the graphical upgrade that they're doing on things. Like, fuck, it looked amazing.
It did. It looked really good.
The animations, the actual animations of them moving around and, like, jumping over people trying to kick the ball underneath. Like, holy fuck. If I gave two shits about football... God damn, I would like this game, but I don't. So unfortunately,
it looked like it would be a fun game to try.
Yeah, it does. And like,
if there was a demo,
solid. And they were talking about that all playing on the Scorpio, so like the look was like based off of the Scorpio graphics. That's what they were saying.
That's probably all engine footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agreed, but that's what they were saying. Though.
Yeah.
They were saying like this is the footage.
That's
that
the
we're
thing
supposed
about
to be.
all these.
Nothing said captured on a Scorpio, so
and even then, I don't believe it.
it's true.
They say that every year.
There was actually this has happened on several Battlefield E3s where they're like, "Oh, look at this! It's running off the new Xbox. Look at how good it looks." And then it crashes, and the Windows screen comes up.
You see
then-
those? Click, click, click.
Yeah, literally. And then you see the guy open it and try and like reset the
You
computer.
think by now they would fucking know? Just
No,
put
they
the
did it
fucking
twice
computer
in a
the
row.
back and like hope for the best. Why
And,
would
like,
they put it up front?
And all these trailers you're seeing, most of them are not in-game footage. The Need for Speed one looked like in-game footage.
Well, yeah, and I think that's the next one after this is FIFA's artistic design looks great. Not a big fan of the games, but oh yeah,
It
the
looked like they were
animations of the
using-
players, the crowd, and the stadium, everything about that.
Well, it
looks
looked
great.
like they were using motion capture.
It really did, but like even when you're in the stadiums, like trying to make each stadium feel like you're in that area, like
Yeah.
wow, Argentina, like did you see that? Holy fuck, that looked good! Like with all the red flags everywhere and stuff. It was just
See, that's
really
cool.
really nice, like fantastic. Too bad I don't like those games,
Yeah.
or give a shit about football for that matter. So I was kind of like in that like kind of that feeling with that. The one thing I will say that I got out of the whole FIFA thing is the awkward video pauses in between trailers, where it just pauses and it's blank and you can hear nothing. It's just blank, and then the trailer comes on. It's so fucking like, how have they not figured that out in how many 10 or 11 years it's been?
Yeah, they've been doing this for a while.
You could like Nintendo, I think, really has it best with the directs, where they direct a actual like footage.
Yeah, there's
thing,
a person
like,
playing a game.
Yeah,
Isn't there?
well, no, it's not even that. It's literally they direct it like it's a movie.
Oh.
From beginning to end, they script everything.
They do that with a
film
lot of the
everything.
Battlefield trailers.
Yeah, they should just do that. Period. I think that's the way to go with it. Like,
Yeah.
less mistakes, and
That's for sure.
people don't
Less
feel it's
mistakes.
as organic.
Yeah,
but
it's not necessarily a typical gameplay.
is it going to help you though? Like, because look at what we're getting here, where it's like fucked up. When they were showing Battlefield 2 gameplay, NBA Live came on for like
Battlefront 2.
or Battlefront 2. Yeah, Battlefront 2. NBA Live came on for like, I think it was a half a minute, and people were playing basketball and they were talking about fucking.
Like, what's going on here?
He's like, I'm so confused. Is that Boba Fett fucking slamming? I can't fucking tell. But yeah, those little like, how have they not figured that out? So I do like some of the things. That was just something that I noticed on the FIFA one. I was like, oh, I don't know about that. Next thing that came up. Anybody know who Jesse Wilms is?
I've heard the name.
Yeah.
He's a big YouTuber. I don't know him,
Oh.
but wow, he's a douche.
Yeah.
Did you see how he was? Did you catch that? He
I
was.
just saw how awkward he was.
Yeah, he fucking crumbled over the fucking. He's like like the whole time, couldn't get shit out. They had to bring in the art design director of the game of Need for Speed.
Oh, that's that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay,
what
that's what I
that
was
was.
watching.
They had to bring, because he could not do it, and he was just. They need to stop putting YouTubers on professional video
Live.
game.
Well,
yeah,
live.
You have to stop this, because every time you do it, it's fucked up. Every single
Honestly,
time.
every EA this happens.
I found that iJustine did fine with Battlefront too.
Oh, is that the girl that was? Yeah,
Yeah,
but
blonde
she
one
was
there.
not a YouTuber. With Battlefront, that was the girl that was talking the whole
blonde
time,
one
right?
there?
The one that took the forefront of the stage, like almost the whole time. I thought she was an art design.
Okay,
of
well,
EA.
maybe I watched a different video. There was one of the YouTuber iJustine. She was doing a Battlefront 2 video.
Oh, maybe there was that. I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
That's possible. I missed a little bit, but not much. There was a couple like scenes here and there. But I honestly think that they need to stop putting YouTubers in the spot like this.
Yeah.
Like, they're okay in their own live setting with nobody in their room.
well,
You put them in front of like, what was that?
Well, he's a prank.
How many people do you think were watching the EA?
10,000.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming way more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
I
say
don't know
probably
how big
50,
it is.
60,000.
Yeah.
Just a guess. And that's like minimalizing it too.
Like they stage everything. They do it beforehand.
Yeah.
As a pre-show. Like I don't know. I don't understand how it's so bad every year.
Oh yeah, but like he choked under pressure. And that being said, that brought on Need for Speed. Need for Speed
Payback.
Payback, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it's called. So when they were going through this and explaining what was going on, the biggest thing I noticed that they took when they were telling us was that, oh, you can find old cars from fucking wherever, and then you can get them and rebuild them.
And upgrade them.
So new. Horizon's been doing it from day one, fuckers.
Forza.
Forza Horizon,
Yeah.
has been doing it from day one. They have fucking always had that. Okay, way to get 6 years behind.
I mean, Forza's a very different game. Forza's a lot more I mean, Need for Speed's probably more
Forza
arcade.
Horizon is arcade.
Is
Forza Motorsport is the one you're thinking of.
Oh.
There's two of them. Horizon's the arcade open world that's exactly like Need for Speed.
Yeah. Oh, really?
And then Forza Motorsport is the one that's like realistic, kind of like Gran Turismo style. Like
Okay.
really tight turns. You have to be good at, like, solid at driving in those games. So Horizon, the arcade one, you would just drive around, find a barn, and there'd be like a broken down car in it. You find that car, you're like, hey, look at that car, and then you get it into your shop and you fix it up and you have that car now. Which is exactly what they're doing here. And they're like talking about how it's so innovative. Like, we just thought of this awesome idea, and I'm like, did you just never play Horizon? And some dude that did was like, hey, what if we did this?
Well, it's new for them. So
well, I suppose it is.
Everywhere I saw. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't give a shit about this game at all.
Really?
Need for Speed's okay.
I like Need for Speed.
I just lost hope with all their other Need for Speed games. This one looks like a Fast and Furious too.
It does, yeah. The way that they were
like
treating
they said that like 100 times. That was a
but
big
it's like,
buzzword.
I don't know. I'll have to see more from it.
I agree. I want to see more from it. But one thing I will say, to me, when I was watching it, it felt like a mixture of Burnout Revenge, because they own the Burnout series.
Okay, those were good games.
Yeah, that's what I felt. It was like mixing that with Need for Speed and Horizon, like all together. I kind of saw that. When I saw the trailer, I like kind of let go that like, hey, you're stealing from other properties. And I'm like, okay, well, if you're stealing like from 4 properties, so
that's all right.
That's a little bit better, but they're not really stealing because they technically own the Burnout property now, but they're just not going to use it anymore. They wanted to get the crash animations. That's why they bought the property.
Really?
They wanted to get all those crash animations into their game.
Make them much nicer.
So they bought the whole company, and they used all those crash animations for the game, but they don't need anything else from Burnout. So.
That's basically like an Aqua-hire, where a company buys a company and just takes the staff.
Yeah, that's
just like fuck the company.
Yeah, that's basically what happened, right? They just kind of molded them into the EA. But that being said, that aspect of it was super interesting, and I like Need for Speed. I just didn't like the last one because you always had to be online, otherwise it didn't play.
Oh, I hate that in any game.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Like, you shouldn't be forced to be online just to play the base game.
There were patches for that on PC people made, but I'm just gonna throw that out there.
You don't have to put your hand up. Like, teacher.
I was just yawning a little.
So that's what I got from that. Not bad. The next game that was mentioned, this one I got super interested in.
Sorry, for Need for Speed, I thought it looked alright, but very predictable.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see, there was a Twitch live streamer, don't know who, sorry, don't know the name. He was like, oh, when the trailer, when like the car goes into, or like this chick like climbs into a semi. Yeah, and he's like, I bet you someone's gonna come out in a nice new car, and then that happened.
Yeah, it's
like,
true.
Yeah.
But what else can they do with car games at this point, right?
Like explosions. Yeah, I know.
They've went the next logical step, I guess, because aside from just being like another car game, you got to do something.
Redo Underground, man.
I agree with you. This we agree on. I think that Underground should be remade. That was a fantastic game when it came out.
Do that with multiplayer?
Yeah, that would be huge. Like, to just do everything they did with that. What was the other one? Midnight Club was another one that was awesome.
I remember those.
That I would love to see.
That one had
Midnight
bikes.
Yeah, it had bikes and everything. Well, it was a Rockstar game, eh? I would love to see Rockstar go back to Midnight Club.
Racing. Yeah. They have a really good like racing style. Like
they're
doing that with GTA.
GTA 5. It basically used the Midnight Club's driving mechanics to work for Part 5, which made complete sense that they did that. Like, I would love to see them do that. Like, to do another Midnight Club would be fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Next game, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. You know what game this is?
That was the people who made the game.
Yes, but do you know what game that is?
Yes, it was on a 360.
Yeah, it was a one-player game that you play 2 characters, one with each joystick.
What?
And you play both characters with one controller.
At the same time?
At the same time, one each joystick, and your action button is the R1 for the one guy and L1 for the other guy.
It's pretty cool.
Madness!
And that's the puzzle to the game, is doing that. Really cool, inventive game. But this is why EA reached out to them, is because how cool that game was and interesting and like so productive, like something that had never been thought of before. So they reached out to him.
There's reasons no one thought of it.
Yeah, because it seems like fucking dumb, but you'd be surprised how well it works.
Yeah.
It's really good. If you can get it, you should try that game. It's not a long
Xbox,
game. Yeah. Well, I think it's on PC. So
really?
I'm pretty sure it's on PC. But it's super fun game, super good. Which brings me on to what they're planning on doing. Another real like interesting style game where it's a 2-player co-op, and it's a couch co-op if you want it to be, which I loved.
Split screen.
That is fantastic. It always has to be online. I'm glad that they finally said, no, let's have some couch co-op on your fucking PlayStation or your
I haven't seen
Xbox.
split screen since Halo 3.
Yeah, it's very rare that people do it any day. But the cool concept I thought about this game is like one person will be playing and the other person will be playing in the same world, and this person will be having a cutscene, and you can just walk through the cutscene, like, and that's super cool. Like you can progress at different paths in different ways and interact with each other to escape from the jail.
We should probably say the name of the game.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I didn't even. It's called
A Way Out.
A Way Out. Yeah, A Way Out.
Looks like a super cool game.
Yeah, it really does. Like the concept of that is interesting.
Kyle told me about this yesterday at work, actually.
Yeah, and I was kind of surprised that I just saw it this morning because I was really drunk and didn't see it yesterday. But seeing it this morning all hungover, I was still really interested in it. I'm like, this is fantastic. This
really
looks
cool,
great.
really different.
Yeah, the fact that you have to break out of a jail, like be clever and break out of the jail in many different ways. It's not like locked to one way that you have to get out. Yeah. Then you have the manhunt afterwards, and then you have like the revenge that you have to get. Really awesome concept, and I don't think that's ever been done the way that they're doing this.
I don't think so.
I honestly can't think of one. Like, and there's a lot of like, I just can't believe it never got thought of.
Yeah.
They know like this hasn't been thought of.
I mean,
like,
they've put Prison Breaks in a couple games, but never.
Oh yeah, well there's a whole game
Yeah.
that's like based on it. Well, the over the top kind of look. I can't remember. It's like Escape something. I can't remember the name of it. But that's all you're doing is trying to escape from a jail. But that's all it is. You escape from the jail, you're done, and it's not a co-op thing. You know, like it's you.
That's pretty cool though. The co-op.
I thought it's gone. It's gone in our culture. It's nice to see it coming back.
I think they said it's only co-op though, which.
Yeah, you have to play with two players.
Like that.
That aspect kind of sucks. But you can play one player and then online for the second person if you don't have another person to play on co-op. So they're doing the option of both.
A lot of people don't have online though.
That is true. But those people probably won't buy the game, right?
Pick up two controllers, if you're alone.
Just do it. Yeah, be like one of those crazy fucking like racers. Like, be a speed fucking runner and just I do this both. Like, fucking challenge runs. God damn it. So yeah, it looks super solid. I'm interested to see what happens in the development of that and see how long it takes for that to come out. The new BioWare IP was the next thing to pop up, and that we were talking about this on the way here. Did you check that one out? It was like a 30-second thing. Looks super interesting, but it was so little of a teaser that we have to wait for the Microsoft conference to get a better look.
Where they're having actual gameplay footage.
Yeah, and they said from the Scorpio is what they said. Mm-hmm. They're like, we're waiting till the Scorpio launch so that we can show you some stuff. Regardless, that's what they're waiting for. Whether it is a real fucking Scorpio thing, that's what they're waiting for. So we only got this like 10-second trailer.
It's gonna be a fucking i7 or a new AMD. It's gonna have two GTX 1080s in it, and they're gonna slap an Xbox logo on it. They're gonna be like, look at this Scorpio. Bow before it. You could see the liquid cooling in it, and the LED RGB lights all around it, and you see them start the game up from the Windows Start screen. Yeah, no, I'm not buying it, Microsoft.
Well, what we were talking about...
enough of your shit, Microsoft.
We're kind of getting fatigued on the post-apocalyptic aspect of games.
Definitely. Well, I said that about zombies for a long time.
Oh, I've been saying, I'm so sick of seeing zombies in here. And I used to love zombie movies and stuff. And like, the taste got fucked out of my mouth so goddamn long ago. Actually, around The Walking Dead is where it started.
I think that's going to happen with comic book movies.
I think so, too, eventually. I think we're going to get through Infinity Gauntlet, and then it's just going to blow up again as soon as they get all the money from that. They're going to be like everything, because there's no structure anymore.
Not for this guy.
Yeah, see, there's always going to be the hardcore fan.
Yeah. Like, I'll like it, too. Like, I love that shit, but I can see, like, the world kind of getting fatigued on it.
Yeah.
Especially by that point. Like, you have to admit, it is going to happen. Like, that is, not maybe for us, but it will happen to, like, everybody else.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's already.
Yeah, like, there's stuff, like, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this. I like, they're doing a Hellboy remake, and they're going to be doing a fucking Spawn remake. Like, those are, I'm looking forward to.
I haven't heard a movie in a long time that I'm excited about.
Well, yeah, but you're not a movie guy, really. So.
I like
You're
movies.
A documentary guy.
Yeah, I love documentaries.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're not much of a movie guy, but you're a documentary guy. So I know that much. But yeah, the BioWare kind of looks alright. The only problem with me and BioWare right now is I don't have a lot of faith in them.
No.
The Mass Effect was fucking just a dumpster fire.
See, that's the thing with this game. It's called Anthem. And, of course, on the top of the gaming subreddits, as soon as they announce this, memes. Hundreds of memes about how they're all wearing masks so Mass Effect can't fuck up the facial animations.
It's kind of true, actually.
Yeah.
BioWare doesn't. They've really fucked those up. Like, those facial animations, like, I had that so day one. It was bad. And, like, I was like, I can get over it, like, 3 hours in. I'm like, I can't get over them. They're really bad. I had to wait till they patched it out, and I still haven't played the game since. But
I didn't
like I
pick
played
it
it
up.
like once or twice. It's not that good. Like it's
I have
not
a
like the
friend who
trilogy.
liked it, but
I thought the original trilogy, like, it was flawless. I think they should have left it at that. If they were gonna do anything, they should have just updated that for the PS4, like to give the trilogy out for the PS4. That would have been a better buy than them doing Mass Effect 4 that everybody cried for until they got it.
They're gonna keep milking it, right? If it makes money.
Well,
Just
they're
like the
making
Halo series,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, well look at Halo fucking.
They're
26
making
that's
like Halo. What is it? 6,
they
7,
do-
and 8. I think they're gonna be
I
doing.
will
there's
not sure.
Anniversary Edition, which people think they're going to be announcing at the Microsoft, and then there's Halo Wars 2 that just came
Well,
out.
you're talking Halo Anniversary Edition. That's already out.
It just
isn't
came
it?
out like the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, the Master.
Oh,
That's
when
got all of them
Xbox
together.
One
Yeah.
came
Then I have
Yeah.
no idea what I'm talking about.
They might be like I know Halo Wars 2 is just it's like
Came out.
either came out or is
It's
it's
out.
recent.
I think,
right?
I think it's
Yeah.
been out for a month now.
I own an
Just no
Xbox
one
One. I
cares
don't
about it.
care. Like I
Yeah.
don't nothing. Like I bought my Xbox One just to get Xbox exclusives when they come out.
And they're all
I
shit.
have not bought a game for Xbox in fucking a year and a half.
And that was the big thing when Xbox at the launch, they're like, we're going to have the best exclusives.
Yeah, and they had the best exclusive. Like, they had like one game that was.
Well, I
huge,
think
you know?
their most interesting exclusive I was looking for was Scalebound, and they canceled
the
that.
shit
Yeah.
out of it. Well, people are like, there's rumors going on. They really did. They're like, this game's almost done. Fuck you, world.
Yeah.
Throw it out.
Let's put another Gears out there.
Yeah, that's we need
Oh,
Gears
yeah.
too.
That was horrible too.
Yeah, like Gears, I didn't play Gears 4.
That's not
at
doing
all.
well at
Sure.
all.
I heard it wasn't doing good, and that was one I was looking forward
Like-
to, and I just didn't buy when it came out. I'm like, you know what? I just don't care. I
It
really
was
don't.
better than
So-
Judgment, but it's never going to be as good as 3 or before that.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like, well, I didn't like Judgment. Judgment was
No,
bad,
no,
but
no.
1 and 2 was pretty good when it came out. It
I
was,
played those. I didn't play any of the other ones.
that tank feeling. It just doesn't work in today's
No.
gaming the way like everybody else plays games now. Like the standard has been changed. There's a reason people aren't using those tank controls in other games because they're fucking tanky.
Yeah.
Like you're slow, you're sluggish. Yeah,
Take a
you get to
million
cover and
shots.
stuff. Like
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like cover to cover shooters.
I
so
don't
much.
mind it if it's not the main focus in the game. If it's
Yeah.
there, I'm okay with it. You know, like Grand Theft Auto did it really well. Like you don't have to do it. You can run and gun all of Grand Theft Auto
Yeah.
if you want, but you can also duck and cover and like do that
Or-
shit too.
It's like Doom. That came out almost. It's been a year, not a
Almost
year,
a year.
but
About a year, yeah, it's been a
year.
year.
And that's probably my favorite online shooter.
That's my
for
favorite
a while.
shooter, period.
Yeah,
Do you
like
play
how
that online?
I play it online. It's really fun. How fast paced it is.
Well, that's what I like. There is no
Yeah.
cover. You
No
just
cover.
run
You
and
just run
fucking,
and gun, yeah.
Run,
you shoot.
jump.
You just get good.
Yeah.
It sounds like a cliche to say that.
Just get good, noob.
You just have to get good, noob.
Well, I was really good and I got really bad. So
Well, it's because
I don't know.
everybody else got really good. That's how they got even better than you.
yeah,
That's just how fucking Doom was. But Doom was a fantastic IP, and I'm with Bethesda. Well, we'll get into that when we start talking about rumors and stuff. But so yeah, the new BioWare IP. Next one was Battlefront 2 has a new story mode, so we get to talk about Battlefront 2. Now I know you have probably a lot to say about this, and you have a lot to say about this. I did not play the first one because I didn't care. There was no way for me to play offline.
I
didn't
played
wanna
a
bother with it.
10-hour trial with EA Access. I got.
Oh yeah.
I did not enjoy it as much as I would have liked. Like the DLC looked amazing. There's a DLC on the Death Star, but that was like $40. I'm not paying $40 for the Death Star DLC.
I don't know,
Fuck that.
$40 just to get Death Star. That's it.
You probably got other stuff, but
Couple maps.
it was like
Well, it's just the Death Star up in the fucking
Death Star,
in
yeah.
the sky now.
It
I
was
can see the Death Star. That was worth the
what was
$40.
it? The
Goddammit.
Trench Run.
Oh, okay, it was a
episode
trench
4
run.
there.
Oh yeah, they did VR on that too, right? Didn't they? Like, I think that was one of the big selling points is that you get to do the X-wing in VR for Battlefront or some shit like that.
I didn't hear about that, but that would have been amazing.
That is one. Yeah, it's only like a 5-minute game though that you can play in
Oh,
VR. It's like
okay.
fucking. It was like one of the first things that came out for the VR. It was kind of ridiculous actually, but
But Battlefront 2 looks like they're in the right direction. They
Yep.
actually listen to the fans. Story mode,
Yeah.
co-op or camp online looks amazing.
Yeah.
It's not always online.
not to me so much.
Okay,
But
well,
like, I was watching the online thing, and it, like as
Maul.
much as like I like online stuff sometimes, like I'm getting really into Friday the 13th and playing online
Yeah.
like that, and that's like my first time really like going balls deep into like trying doing online because that's all essentially online. This maybe I'll try because I did get into Friday the 13th, and I'm like, okay, I can kind of do. You can find the right people to play with these games. They're not always 9-year-old fuckholes that just
Call of
talk
Duty.
shit constantly and they just suck and they ruin the game.
You haven't played CS:GO then. That's all it
This
is.
is just nothing but those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I can't stand those fucking people. They
I know,
drive
it's
me
annoying.
nuts. But in Friday the 13th, you kind of get to pick and choose and stuff. Like, there's some things, so I'm curious to see how that goes. But the big thing for me is that fucking storyline.
Yeah.
They have a full-fledged, like a nice
Single
thought-out
player.
storyline that I think what they said is it's bridging the gap between Empire and Force Awakens.
Okay.
Yeah, the last one to the new one is that what
Okay,
it is?
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, sorry, Return to
Yeah.
Force Awakens.
Okay.
It's going to bridge that gap between the two, which is super interesting to me.
That means literally nothing to me. I just want to shoot people with laser weapons.
And you're going to get that.
You get that,
That is going to
And I
happen.
guess-
Plus the little swords that are
Yeah.
lasers.
And I love how they what is it, like the first scene multiplayer was Phantom Menace, I guess, back in that stuff. They're like, oh, it doesn't look as shitty now.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that. Fuck Phantom Menace. Fuck the
Yeah.
first 3 movies. I'm sorry. Lucas should have fucking never touched anything after the first 3.
Well,
Actually, he didn't have anything to do really with the second and third one. He had everything to do with the first one.
that's why the second and third one was kind of good.
Yeah, I know. The first one was all Lucas.
Like-
And most people don't know that he didn't write the second and the third one.
No.
He barely produced and directed the fucking second and third one. It was
Come on.
other people doing it.
Ian McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's amazing.
Okay, fair enough. And then we're going out of territory that you know what's going on. You're like, fucking Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I like Star Wars. But yeah, so like that was the big thing, is that they're going to have an offline story mode for me.
Yeah, the
That-
game
that
looks pretty cool. It seems like it's more close combat based.
Well, yeah,
it
they're-
seems like they're more in a city.
Well, from what I was seeing is like being able to choose different characters when you're online. You can like be Darth Maul, which doesn't make any fucking sense, but you can choose Darth Maul. You can be Boba Fett. You can be Han Solo.
can
and
be,
You could in the
Ray.
other way, in the other ones, but they were like pickups you found.
Oh, okay. Is that how it works?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was stupid.
Yeah. See, I never played that. I really never touched those games. So.
I played the beta.
Okay, well, I mean, you have more experience than I did, and I was super excited for it when I first heard about it. But then, as soon as I found out it was like nothing but online, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'm not even gonna bother. It's not worth my time. Not to me, anyway. So that basically sums up the EA play for the most part, unless anybody else has something they want to add to that conference. But I don't think there was anything else. I
Not
think I
really.
pretty much nailed it.
There was NBA. There was a basketball game.
I skipped that one.
NBA
It's like NBA.
Yeah.
skip.
I mean,
Same shit that it always is, right? Is what I'm assuming.
it's a little bit different.
Okay, what are they doing?
And, I mean, it's a little bit different for a sports game. They apparently they're trying to do something where it's like they're kind of focusing a little bit on the street, and where like you have to like uphold your reputation or whatever on the street as well
Well, I
as.
mean,
They
it's
have
been
that
done,
already,
but that's
yeah.
been its only game, though. Like, that was a street game. That was all about
Are you
street
talking
ball.
NBA Street?
Yeah, yeah.
Which was a amazing game.
Yeah, which is
And
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, they've had games that was just that, but to mix them both together.
Well, they had
I mean,
that online.
That's the
already.
only thing that I liked about it.
I played some NBA last year, and there was like a game mode online. It's like NBA Streets. Basically, build your own character and build up a reputation. It's the same thing,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, you
Yeah,
kind of got
this is
forced
more,
into playing
I
that,
think
eh?
this is more of a story mode.
Yeah. Well, there was a story mode kind of behind it, so maybe it's different, but it seems like the same shit. Just saying it's new.
Yeah, same shit, different stuff.
Yeah.
Every other sports game.
Yeah, well, that's the way I look at it, too. Like, it's hard. It really sucks that this is the panel that we have to go off of because
Yeah.
there's so much sports on it, and it's not really any one of our. Like, if
Right,
Dwight
it's
was here,
always
he might
EA.
have some fucking shit to say about this. Be like, oh, NBA is fucking great.
I
or
only play
football, like, it
NHL.
does,
Like,
yeah, they didn't
NHL's
even,
alright.
Yeah,
I'll admit I was up till 5 a.m. playing NHL.
that's fair. Like
Tonight? Last night?
Yeah, whatever day it is.
I don't know. I don't fucking pay attention to
Yeah.
days. Today's Sunday, right? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So this brings us on to the rumors part of our program, I guess you can say. Really, that's all we have to go off of for
Yeah.
the next couple panels, because again, we're Sunday afternoon. The next panel doesn't start for
An hour and
another-
47 minutes.
An hour and 47 minutes. Thanks, Kyle.
Just on the ball.
He was like waiting on that shit.
I just checked to see if there's any new news before.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing, no.
Okay, so we're gonna
Yeah.
go off of our like rumors that we know of. You can announce what the panel is that the rumors are on, and then we'll just go with it because I think you're the one that has them, right?
Yeah, well, the next conference is going to be Microsoft, and then there's Bethesda later today.
Okay.
And then
Should
tomorrow...
be PlayStation tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow's
yeah,
Ubisoft
tomorrow's... They have the PC one, then they have Ubisoft and Sony. So those are going to be two pretty big ones.
Yeah.
Ubisoft will be fairly big, other than the fact that it's just going to be more Assassin's Creed. So that's all I see happening. Oh, fucking no.
I love it.
Fuck Assassin's Creed.
Fuck Assassin's Creed.
Oh.
I'm so done with that.
Give me it all.
Fuck that game. Sorry, you're on your own. You can buy all the copies. It's all yours.
Okay.
Nobody's going to take them from you. Sony, I think, is going to. Every year they tend to steal a show.
Yeah, they usually have a good show.
Yeah, they've nailed the whole like how a flow of a show should work. They've got it down. Microsoft has always struggled with this. So let's hear the rumors from Microsoft for today. I mean, one that we already know, which is clear as fucking day. They're going to announce the Scorpio, the name of it, probably the price point, and the release date. That is probably all happening today. Just that's not so much a rumor as if they don't, they're shooting themselves in the foot.
You don't think
This is the time to announce it.
you don't think they're gonna stay with that name, Xbox Scorpio? You think
I
you're
don't
gonna
No,
change it up?
they're not going to keep it.
No, you don't
No,
think
well,
so?
like everybody thought PlayStation Neo was going to stay,
Yeah,
and that
Well,
became Pro
They
very
always
quickly.
have code names.
It's how it works.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's going to change. What's it going to be? Is it going to be Xbox 2? Like, is this the next console for them?
It seems like it's just a Pro version also, but a little
They're
better
gonna
than the
call it 1.5.
PlayStation Pro.
Yeah, well, that's basically what it may as well be, right? Like
Yeah.
PlayStation Pro, I bought it because I managed to get it for $100 because I traded in my
okay.
broken Xbox.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is broken.
Might
Can I
as
trade
well.
it in? We'll give you $300. I'm like, fucking hey, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I told you it was broken, right? You know I said it was broken. He's like, yeah, we'll give you $300. I'm like, sweet.
It's an amazing deal.
Yeah, this is a really good fucking game.
That guy
Stuff
got
sometimes
fired.
doesn't completely suck.
Although they did just get hacked.
Oh yeah, I know. I saw your little message
Yeah.
on that. Got hacked. If you have done any online purchasing,
During a certain date,
you should
that
probably
they have your credit card info, all of it.
Yeah, which kind of sucks. But I mean, I'm lucky. I have done some online purchasing within that time, and the States version of it. But I've got a Capital One, so if anything gets compromised, they give me my money back, and they just change everything up.
Most credit cards are fine with that, but if you have a debit card, you're fucked.
Yeah, not a debit card, so I'm pretty lucky.
Yeah, you don't get your money back from debit shit.
Yeah, which sucks.
Yeah.
So anybody out there that has done this, keep that in mind. Maybe get your credit card changed off, new card number, and stuff like that.
They said they would notify people, but it's impossible to tell
Yeah.
when
everybody
someone's
that got
really been
compromised,
breached.
yeah, because it could happen later too.
Exactly, yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. But either way, so let's go on with the Microsoft. We've already said the probably guaranteed thing that's going to happen there.
Other than that, for Microsoft, I don't see that much.
Well, they have to have some sort of IP. If they don't have something, they're fucked. They have nothing
Yeah,
right
definitely.
now. Like literally, can you name one Xbox exclusive coming out in the next year? Just one Microsoft game.
Scalebound. Oh, it's
No, that got
canceled.
canceled.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So is
You
there
see-
anything else?
No, they're gonna
Anything
crash
else?
and burn again. That's gonna.
Absolutely nothing. So they
Yeah,
have to
I
have
don't-
something. If they don't, they're fucked.
Like a new
What
IP.
is it? Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, they can announce the Scorpio all they want, but if you don't have a game to go with
If
that,
they're
Scorpio,
gonna do
wait,
a whole
is Anthem-
convention,
Is Anthem gonna be?
I don't know if that's
Anthem?
exclusive or not.
I don't know. I didn't hear anything.
I'm
But they-
talking exclusive. It needs
Yeah.
to be exclusive. It can't be multi-platform. If it's
Yeah, yeah.
multi-platform, even timed exclusive is not going to work.
No.
It needs to be a Microsoft-driven, produced, and distributed game. If that is not in there, they're fucked.
I don't know what
I
they're
don't
doing
think
this
so.
year.
Yeah, no.
Nothing.
I haven't heard
I
anything.
haven't heard any rumors leading up. Nothing.
Yeah.
So they have to have something. What type of game? Well, we might hear another Halo something. You know, like whatever it is. I would
Nah, they
expect
just
that.
came out with Halo Wars too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's not Halo.
that's a different
Yeah.
company. Like that's a
Yeah, I
different
guess so. That's not
subsidiary
Bungie?
company making. It is no
It is.
Bungie hasn't. Well, I guess it's the new Bungie, but it's not the original Bungie. No Bungie was. Did they still own Bungie? Like Bungie's still Bungie? Like they just do Destiny now? I can't remember what Destiny's company is.
They just sold their soul to the
Sure.
devil. And they're like, oh,
And
well,
isn't Destiny more PlayStation? It seems.
It,
now?
it's
seems
more or
like
less
they're
is,
going
yeah.
to PlayStation.
Yeah, they do it on
Everything's-
both, but it's more
Yeah.
PlayStation. Okay, so
oh, Destiny 2.
well, that's September.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
coming out September. It's already been announced.
so they're probably going to do something.
But maybe
Yeah, but
with
it's more on
Microsoft. But that's
PlayStation.
still again that becomes a multi-platform.
Yeah.
It's on everything.
The new Titanfall?
No,
That's
that's
possible.
yeah, but that was that's on PlayStation.
Right now, oh
Yeah.
yeah, and that's not
It
going to
is,
stay
it's-
exclusive either. Man, I cannot think anything that's going to
Yeah.
take Microsoft
Although,
out of this.
Titanfall is $20 right now. And it's a great game.
I've heard that
It
too.
was just
Yeah.
crushed because they released it at the same time as Battlefield.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've heard the same thing. Titanfall 2 is really good.
I might pick it up.
Yeah, I
It
might
is.
grab it too.
I played the first one. I liked it.
Yeah, I've heard that game's actually cross-play too. So like, I can
Story
play
mode's
somebody on
fantastic.
PC on my
Is it?
PlayStation.
Yeah.
And same thing with the Xbox.
Yeah,
It's all
that's pretty
crossplay.
cool.
So
I'll destroy all you guys in there.
yeah, I will fucking eat your ass.
There's no competition
Fucking
there.
gobble your ass up. Watch.
Yeah, I'm not
Fucking
sure
try,
there
you
is
dickheads.
nothing.
But yeah, no, I can't think of anything. So that's
Unless,
not boding well. At the same point, we don't. That also allows anything that they do have that we don't know about to mean that much more.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe they could bring up the HoloLens again. It's not the.
That's a good point.
Maybe, but
Because
there's
they're bringing
no
out the new
way
console.
the Scorpio will fucking support the HoloLens.
Oh,
though.
hell no.
So
You don't
that
think
would
so?
just be a PC thing.
Yeah.
So that's a Microsoft thing.
Yeah,
That's not the Xbox. I'm talking about Xbox as a division. There's nothing I can think. Like I said, they have to have something, otherwise they're just gonna sink.
Or else, why would they have a conference?
Well, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what's the fucking point of even having it? Like, just to announce a system, yeah, you can do that, but it's not. Look what happened to PlayStation. They got roasted because they basically did that.
Yeah.
When they did PS Pro as like a conference on its own, terrible.
And it was nothing really much added in.
Yeah, they were just like, it's just
more
looks a little
RAM.
nicer.
Yeah.
Frames are a little bit nicer, and that's about the best.
Still
that they
not
gave.
60 FPS.
Jesus Christ.
Call me when it's
But then-
60. Then I'll start giving a fuck.
So, okay, Microsoft, as far as I'm concerned, is going to blow it, but that's just my guess. I'll eat my words if I'm wrong, for sure. That doesn't bother me. I honestly hope I'm wrong, because the competition between the two always helps with the games.
Competition's always good. You never want a monopoly.
I want to see them do better. I've got my doubts, though, so I hope I eat my words, but I don't think that's going to happen. So that leads us to tomorrow, or Bethesda's later today as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bethesda,
Which is what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Which
okay,
I think that's what most people are excited about.
They always are, right? Like, this is year 3 that they have a panel?
I think so.
Yeah, because the first one was Fallout 4, and that was a huge fucking announcement. The second one was all the Fallout 4 DLCs, and...
I think there might have been one before Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Skyrim, maybe?
No, Fallout 4 was the first one, I think. The very first panel was the announcement of Fallout 4.
Okay.
And then the next one, Fallout 4, got released by, and they started talking about all the DLCs.
Oh.
And then they started talking about ESO.
Because there was just that Morrowind update.
Yeah, and that's another one. So I think they're going to showcase a lot of ESO Morrowind, which is like almost a full price game, but apparently it's huge.
Yeah, I don't like that game.
What's Wolfenstein?
That's id. So that's still Bethesda.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm expecting a Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
That's what Aaron was saying last night. He
sure.
said a rumor about that. That was probably my favorite game of.
That would have been 2 years ago, I think.
I never played that.
Probably my
It's
favorite
fucking
game.
good.
It's so good.
It's not as good as Doom. So don't get me
But
wrong. I don't think
it's
it's
kind
as
of
good
a
as Doom.
different playstyle than Doom.
It is. It's not as like heavy. Like, it's more like cover fire and stuff like that. It's a lot more like that, but not the same type of cover. Like, you still can't just duck and like sneak out around corners. But you can get behind walls. You want to like strategically go through it. Whereas Doom, you just fucking rush through
Run
it.
and gun, yeah.
But id Software has fucking knocked it out of the park subtly every time they've done something. Like,
they're a great
nobody's
company.
expecting it to be as good as it is.
Yeah.
And they're fucking amazing. And so they got a lot to live up to now. That being said, yes, I think Wolfenstein is going to get
Hopefully,
announced.
yeah.
I think so as well.
And I think there's something with Doom. I don't know if it's going to be another
Really?
Doom
Probably
or
a
if it's going to be a
DLC maybe?
DLC for Doom. One of the two.
I would say a DLC before they do another game.
Maybe story DLC because they come out with maps and stuff for multiplayer, but
They need to do something with it. They can't just let it like roast the way that it is. Like, it's doing good.
yeah,
The fact that they're not doing anything
it burns
else with it
quickly because they don't talk about it a lot, so it kind of dies down.
It's the community that's keeping it alive right now, not Bethesda or not id Software. So, next on the docket with them would be anything Elder Scrolls. What do you think? Because right now they're not going to do Elder Scrolls 6. That's not happening. They've already said that. They've come out to be like, we are not talking about this on our panel.
Oh yeah,
We are doing something with it, but it's not enough to be like an announcement. Like, it's
the only thing I would see for Elder Scrolls is online,
something
Morrowind.
online. Yeah, is what I'm expecting, or an HD upgrade of something. Maybe they do an HD upgrade of Oblivion. That's a possibility. But because it wouldn't be hard for them to do it. They already have the structure built with Skyrim.
I mean, they could probably just download the mods that already exist on PC.
Yeah, and bring it through. Like, that's true. So that's a possibility, maybe. But other than that, I could not see anything happening with Elder Scrolls right now, other than the online stuff, which is fair. Like, I didn't expect them to do a lot for Elder Scrolls.
What I do see happening though, Fallout 4 VR.
Yeah, and I have been waiting for that.
I would definitely play the game again in VR.
Well, you'd have to come over here and play it on the PlayStation, man.
Fuck
I don't
that.
think that's going to
I'll
support
buy an
that at all.
Oculus.
I think it is going to support it.
Really?
Not well.
I think it'll be just as well as the Resident Evil. It's going to have your little screen door effect to a degree. But
there's a lot of action.
Say what you will, Fallout is not a graphically intensive
No,
game.
that's what I was saying,
but
yeah.
there is a lot of action.
There is a lot of shit happening in it, that's for sure. But I've had a lot of shit happen in VR with
Resident Evil
and stuff. Yeah, like 4 or 5 things coming at me, shooting at me. Lots of things happening, and I'm constantly moving, and I never had a dip in frame rate. It never felt choppy, like it always felt like it should. I could see it being supported on that. I honestly feel that that's going to be an announcement for
I would actually play the game, Fallout 4, then.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Wait, you've never played it before?
Yeah, which is disgraceful.
No, I played it, and then my dog died, and I was like, screw this game. I just stopped.
We'll play it again. There's
Because I got
a
a
very weird set of events to make you not play the game. Like
The
sorry
game
about
glitched.
the
The game glitched some part through, and I had to restart. I'm like, I'm not
Oh, your
restarting
dog
this.
in the game
Yes,
died.
in the game.
I
in
was
the
like,
game.
oh, fucking now when I'm like, fucking really,
Fuck
your
off,
dog died?
Kyle.
No, my
Seriously?
dog didn't die. No, sorry.
Your
Jesus
dog in
Christ,
the
Kyle.
game died.
I was like,
Dog
I
meat.
started feeling bad. I'm like,
Yeah,
God
that's
damn it,
dog
I'm
meat.
sorry, Kyle. I
Sorry.
You're
was
starting to
this
think
up.
like, oh,
No.
maybe if you saw
Shit,
dog
we brought
meat,
some
it
like
reminds
really deep mad
Sorry,
shit
yeah.
for him.
you.
I'm
Son of a
sorry.
bitch, Kyle.
Fucking Christ, the dog in the game
Dog
died.
in the game died. It was like glitched. I was pretty
Lower
far in the game,
previous-
and then it just glitched. I had to restart from the beginning. It's like,
I
screw
know
this.
that sucks, but
Screw this.
fuck you.
The dog is not the main part of the
I
game.
have that pit boy.
How did your dog die?
I don't know. He just ran away.
Maybe you
and-
should have took better care of it, Kyle. We're just like roasting him like it's an
The
actual
dog
dog.
doesn't. I don't think the dog actually dies. It just gets really hurt.
But that's the thing. I don't know that.
It disappeared.
Oh,
Maybe I just had a broken copy.
I know you don't have a broken copy. I know exactly what happened to you. The dog, if you send it away from you, goes back to its home.
No, I didn't send it away.
You did by
didn't.
accident.
He might
it
have
goes
just
back to
glitched
his
it.
doghouse.
No, I saw him die.
I saw him die. The
You're
dog
acting
is-
like
I couldn't go to
like
work the
in
next
war.
day.
I was there, man.
He died in my arms.
That one day that I was sick, it was because he died. I was like, I can't come in.
into work.
My
My
virtual
dog died.
dog.
Oh, I'm so sorry, fucking
In
Kyle. You're gonna be
Fallout.
okay. You need to take your time. It's okay, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna reset the game to see if it comes back. What?
He didn't
Son
come
of a
back.
bitch. Fallout VR is like a real possibility. though.
Yeah.
Like, they've talked about it in the past, and they like we know it should be coming. It's just a matter of them.
When?
Kind of like
I
saying
think they
it.
would do something now.
Yeah, I think that's gonna happen. Like, and as far as I can think of, like Bethesda wise, there might be something Dishonored where they do like some sort of Dishonored DLC or something for Dishonored 2 because
Maybe,
it's doing fair. It's not doing great. It's not like making tons of money.
Have you
but it's
played
doing
that?
fair. No, I haven't yet. I played the first one though. It was fucking great.
Looked
didn't
good,
play much
but I
of the
didn't
first
even,
one.
yeah.
It was really good. I enjoyed it. Like
Yeah.
I like that stealthy style game.
I do for some games. Like, I really like Splinter Cell.
You see, and I was never really into the like. Well, any of the Tom Clancy stuff, I was never a big fan.
I would love to see a new Splinter Cell. That's
Oh,
what I would
yeah.
see.
Fuck yeah.
Well, how would that ever happen? I thought the Splinter Cell stories are done. They've done like
Well,
they
came
Tom
out with
Clancy's
his dead,
No, I know
so-
that, but like I mean, like all his stories for
Yeah,
Splinter Cell
hell
has been
yeah.
done in game, hasn't it?
I don't know.
Well, they came out the most recent one. Well, it's probably been 3 to 4
Double
years
Agent?
already.
Oh,
No,
it was more than that.
Conviction. No, what was it?
There was one after Double Agent?
Yeah, it was on the 360. Came out like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, either way though, like I think his
Wow.
stories like
Yeah,
they
I
would have
guess.
to be a non-Tom Clancy
Yeah.
story, which
I
isn't.
don't know if
I don't
they'd
think
be
it's gonna
able
work
to.
the same. Yeah.
They would have to give him a fuck ton of money.
Well, yeah, that would definitely have to just to put his name on it. Like,
Yeah.
that's all it would be. But yeah, okay, so that yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that too. But
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
No.
So that I think for a nutshell, that's going to nail Bethesda. They're going to have a lot to talk just within those things right there. Tomorrow we got PlayStation.
That's the day after. Oh no, yeah, sorry, that's
Tomorrow's
tomorrow.
PC, PlayStation, and
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. Okay, I can predict Ubisoft. It's going to be a broken Assassin's Creed
And
game that
Egypt.
everybody's going to
Yeah.
spend full money for and complain about it afterwards, and then they're going to do 20,000 patches to make it work.
Yeah, but
End of conference.
Yeah.
Next to the next one.
Sony's gonna be big.
They have 2 years on that game now, right? It's probably been in the works for at least 3 or 4 years because they took a break from last year. So maybe it won't be as broken.
No, it's going to be broken.
Hopefully
Yeah,
not.
no.
I love that
You
series.
can't even say that.
Faces were falling off of the characters.
Not in my game. It was fine for me.
It was fun for me.
It's fine for me. The
No,
only things
that-
I have wrong with games are dogs dying.
The only game that has come out that broken has been like Batman, where they actually had
on
to,
the
like,
PC. On the PlayStation wasn't broken.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that's where it was fucked up.
That's true. Yeah.
But on the PlayStation that they built
this game
the
was
Ubisoft game
fucked
for
up all
was
over.
fucked everywhere. It was just they didn't care. They just fucking vomited a game into a disc and they're like, "Here you go, fucking buy it. I know you will."
Speaking about Batman, maybe they'll announce that
No one was
new-
talking about Batman.
You said Batman.
I did.
Yeah, you said Batman, the one that was like fucked up.
All right. Never
They
mind.
might
Son of a
announce
bitch.
the
It's
new
my
Batman
goldfish
game.
memory.
Yeah, they are planning on continuing the Arkham series, which is weird.
It's the Origins ones, though. I think, right? They're gonna.
I hope
Robin
not, because the
or-
Origin one wasn't very good.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I know you did, but
No, okay,
you're
yes, the
weird.
bridge.
You just
don't-
told us you liked Assassin's Creed. Like, what
the
the
movie
hell?
was shit.
You saw the Assassin's Creed movie.
It was shit.
Yeah, but
We-
you
I
went to
couldn't-
go see it.
No, I did not see that in theaters. I thought it was gonna be amazing because of the cast, but that movie's just fucking shit.
You should need to stop getting your hopes up for this shit.
And what made you think it was going to be good? Just because the cast? That was your thing? It's still Assassin's Creed, man.
Yeah,
Because
there's 100
they
better
s-
movies.
They barely make it work in the video game. Like, I don't mean working video games. I mean like the shit story that they fucking give you.
Okay, after
They're like, here's the fucking shit that's
Travel
not
through
in the Animatronics.
time.
Who gives
Yeah,
a
I
shit
guess
about what's not happening in the
after-
Assassin's part?
I do.
Who fucking cares
do.
about Desmond?
No, after Desmond died, it was shit because now you're basically the game's awesome, but you're working basically at the Ubisoft headquarters trying to figure out the game, and it doesn't make sense. You're basically working at Ubisoft. The game, I don't get it. It doesn't
I
make
literally
sense.
don't know what you're talking
This
about. That's
isn't
how
even a
bad
game.
this
That's
game's
why
story
it
is.
doesn't make sense. In the game, when you come out of the what is it?
Animatronics, I think it is.
Animatronics? Yeah, you're basically at a desk working at
You're a Ubisoft
a
game
Ubisoft.
developer?
Yes, you are. Yes,
What the
you are.
fuck?
You basically are. It is.
This was all a
It's sim of
drug
them making the
It
game.
is.
What the
It's
fuck?
it's a game within the game.
It is.
That is like a sim of their job.
This is retarded.
And
What is this? What is
that's
going
what it is.
on?
That's what I don't understand about the game anymore. Like, what?
Okay, well, this is what I'm trying to say. It's not worth it. Like, yes, I know the last one did way better. The fucking one that was in like the Steam
boat
Engine
one.
time.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah, I've heard that's
I
great.
heard the boat one was good.
I like that one. Part 4, I didn't mind. I thought it was pretty good. I liked like that open world, like the open boat world. And
Oh.
the only reason I like that is because I liked fucking Wind Waker a lot.
Well, they made
That
3
was
of
it,
those, right?
you know?
3 with the boats. Black
Did they?
Flag. Yeah, they came
No,
out.
it was
Yes,
Black
when
Flag.
Unity
How
came
many
out,
Assassin's
they made
Creed games
there was
are
2
Oh,
Assassin's
there's
Creed
a lot.
games.
Like if you do with the side stories, like
There's probably
a lot.
12.
Wait,
I'd
more
say.
than that, I think.
No,
It's
because
like the new Final
when that
Fantasy.
broken one came out,
Where
there was
Cyrus
one that
going
wasn't
a bit
broken.
faster.
Fuck.
At least Final Fantasy took 15 years to come out.
At least some of them were playable.
Yeah.
You can get through them. All of Final Fantasy had faces. I'm just saying, like every single Final Fantasy character had a face.
Well, like that one they were hyping up Unity, that their faces were all broken. They came out with one on the 360 that wasn't broken. That was
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
and there was
Rogue.
also one on the
Assassin's
Vita.
Creed Rogue.
But every time one came out, 3 other ones that were different games came out. And
Well, that's why
what
they
we're
took a
trying to
break.
say.
They
Like,
took a break.
That was,
Good. They
well,
should
yeah,
take
they
a
took
permanent
from the
break.
14 games they made in 5 years. Of course they took a break. What the fuck? You'd be
They're all
burnt out
dead.
Apparently they had to fucking... They ran out of ideas and they're like, well, what if we
mining
just
out labor
put
now.
me in the game and it's me making
It's
a
just
game.
my life.
It's the
What
game
is
within
that?
the game. It's Inception, the fucking Assassin's Creed game. Like, I don't know. I just think
It's-
Ubisoft is
yeah.
going to be a shit show. I don't care what they have to do anymore. I just don't like them. I think they're a shit company. I think they just...
Me too, but I
they
can't stop
barf-
buying their damn games.
They just keep barfing out fucking games. They're just
Well-
like, yeah, you'll buy it, and they do.
I'll buy it on sale though.
Far Cry. That's gonna be good.
Oh, fuck,
Far Cry
yes.
4, I didn't like at
No.
all. I thought it
No,
was
yeah, I
boring.
Okay.
listened. Yeah.
I haven't played the last. No, okay.
Far Cry 3 was great.
What about
I didn't.
What's that
I played Far Cry 3. I liked it.
I love the bad guy in that, the protagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who? I've never wanted to kill a guy so badly. When I like that opening scene when he kills your brother and shit.
Yeah.
Who, man, that fucking lad, that struck home. I don't know what it was about it, but they knew how to do that. And then the 4th one came out, and the guy's like having tea with you, and I'm like,
There's a glitch in
Okay.
that game, you know. It's like
there's like a bunch of glitches in that game.
you can just sit down there
That's
for
not a
20
glitch.
minutes.
That's
Or I
just
mean,
a
it's in the
secret.
thing.
It's an Easter
Secret.
egg
It's
sort of deal,
pretty
yeah.
cool. Just
If you actually wait it out when
Yeah.
he goes on the phone instead of trying to escape, you beat the game.
yeah, you
Oh,
just
really?
join
Yeah,
him.
within
and,
the first second.
yeah.
He sits there and he's like, hold on, I have to take this call. And he walks away.
Oh,
and this is
yeah.
your chance to escape. If you don't escape, if you actually wait, he's like, Oh, you're honest. Thanks for sticking around. Well, let's go play some golf. And they fucking just all of a sudden the credits start going. Yeah. Like, okay. Like,
Can I return this game, please?
Yeah, like, that's, what the fuck?
But yeah, I'm excited for the new Far Cry.
Yeah.
I've never been this excited for a Far Cry game.
I'm interested in it because I originally got told it was going to be kind of like they were trying to copy Red Dead Redemption, like the spaghetti western style, but I've later heard that that's not what they're doing.
No,
There's just like little pieces of like the spaghetti western aspect in there, but not much.
It's basically like, from what I can tell, it's like a crazy religious right cult.
Okay.
And they're killing sinners and shit, and just it's a great fucking time to put that out. I'm super excited for it.
Well, I kind of figured,
Yeah, that's your game.
Like,
yeah.
I know called
It's the
fucking
game that
like,
was made for me.
Somebody finally listened to me. There's like 1,000 Erin fucking emails on this shit. Thousands of them. It's like, we're listening, Erin. Okay, we got it. We're
there was a
making
bunch
the
of
fucking
controversy about it.
Yeah.
Which
well, of course,
is retarded.
Almost all big games get that controversy if it's done well. And
fucking Kotaku, man, they're the worst.
Yeah, they fucking just they're really bad.
I know.
I don't like them very much. I don't like when they do their shit.
I don't like
they
them
don't report
at
properly
all.
Yeah, they're really bad.
They're all social justice warriors.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking terrible. But we'll see what happens. I am interested in that game coming out. So that I forgot that is Ubisoft.
Yeah.
And I am kind of interested in that. So that's something to kind of go off of. There's the PlayStation one. I don't have a lot to say, and I should have a lot. But there is some good stuff coming out for PlayStation, so I'm kind of excited for what's going to happen with that.
Isn't there a new Uncharted game coming out with a female
lead?
lead?
It's
like a
not
prequel?
that it's a female lead. It's just a side story of one of the female characters in the game.
Okay,
so she's part of it already. She's been part
Yeah.
of the series. It's just doing her story as I think it's a DLC. It's not going to be a full game,
Oh, okay.
but it's like 20 hours. I heard it's like basically a full game or something like that is what I heard. It looks pretty interesting. They're probably going to talk about the movie a little bit as well. Yeah. Because that's still a Sony property.
Mm-hmm.
So
you think you're going to talk about the movie?
A little bit. I bet you they will.
Probably.
I bet you like what's his face that's acting as Nathan Drake is going to come out or something. I wouldn't be surprised because he's also going to be there for like the Spider-Man game. That's the other big thing is Spider-Man. Insomniac Spider-Man.
I can't wait for this.
There's going to be some sort
new
of
game?
footage.
Oh,
the new Spider-Man game is by the makers of the guys that do Infamous.
Yeah, I think we discussed this once before. Yeah, this sounds pretty cool.
Solid. It's good. They know how to do open world with like a superhero style
like
thing.
Jumping and shit.
Yeah, to be able to do that with like the web slinging and shit, it looks fucking good.
That'll be sick.
If they release like a gameplay trailer tomorrow, you'll see me coming into work crying. Well, you won't be there.
I won't be there.
Yeah. I'll be crying.
I know you will, and I know you'll probably be on your 30th time watching it by that point at least, and it probably only got released an hour or two before.
Probably.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. It's alright. You'll be like, did you see that one move like in frame 46 where he's like kicked this way and you could see in the window? Did you see the reflection? I almost saw a pumpkin. I bet you the Green Goblin somewhere.
It's funny because people actually do that.
It's fucking true. It really is, and he's one of the guys. But that's the big one for me with Sony. So I don't really want to get too much into Sony because they have always knocked it out of the park. I'm not worried about what they're going to do. A big interest for me because I've never had an interest in it. And I have a friend here that actually has an interest in it is what's going to happen with PC. And the announcement was there. Is there anything you're hoping for? Is there anything that you think might happen, like whether you're hoping for it or not? But what do you want to see?
I don't even know what's going on for the PC thing. They said they're having some PC gaming show. So I don't even know what's happening.
Maybe it's just like 6 people in a room on a PC playing a fucking game. Yeah. They're just CSGO. That's all they're doing, just playing CSGO. Like, this is the PC E3 show. Like,
gather round.
Shut the door.
Half-Life 3.
That's not happening.
It's never gonna happen.
No, they're gonna make a movie first. Valve has been talking about a movie.
They
for a
say
long
that
time.
all the time, and Steven Spielberg just drops every comic book movie. It's
But
always
what's the fucking okay for Half-Life? Is it strong enough to support a movie?
Yes.
How so?
I don't.
Because you can go back and play the games now that look like shit, and they're still amazing.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. It's just storyline wise. Is that story strong enough for a full movie?
Well, it's an amazing story.
Yeah, I've never really played them.
Fuck.
I don't think the.
You build a fucking computer for $100 and go play those games.
Well, I have it for the fucking PlayStation 3. I have the orange box.
Build a computer for $100.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Erin.
I just don't think those movies are going to do well at all.
I don't think. Well, that's the problem. It gets riddled by the video game movie buzz. Like,
yeah.
every director and producer that has ever worked on a video game movie don't understand the dynamic between doing the video game and translating to a movie. It's always
Like
an issue.
World of
Well, it's a hard
Warcraft.
thing
I
to
didn't
do.
enjoy that at all.
I never watched
There was no Leroy Jenkins, so I'm fucking out. There was supposed to be a cameo
of Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
In what?
in World of Warcraft.
The movie?
In the movie.
Should have been worth it. I would have watched
Yeah,
it.
that would have been a lot better.
Honestly, if there was
Yeah.
Leroy Jenkins, I would have been in. Leroy Jenkins. Did he just seriously just run in? That's my favorite part. Is the guy's like, did he just run in? Oh fuck, Leroy!
Yeah, and then everyone charges in.
My fucking that's so fucking goddamn funny. It still gets me today. I don't know what it is about it. It's so fucking dumb. But yeah. So I think that more or less sums up like E3 to
What
a
we
degree.
know.
From
Yeah.
what we know for sure. But I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if any of our predictions are right, or if even the rumors are kind of like essentially true. For me, super big interest to see what happens with whatever Microsoft does,
Yeah.
because it's the biggest blank slate that I know. Like
I
have
hope
no
there's
fucking
something good there.
I really
for
do.
Microsoft's sake, I do too. This
Now-
could end the console for them if they
It
don't
could,
do it right.
yeah.
Now, I want to get into quickly the Bethesda leaks.
Oh, okay, yeah, you didn't talk
Or
about the
rumors.
leaks. Okay.
Yeah, there's some leaks or rumors that take them with a massive grain of salt because they literally come from a guy on 4chan. So who fucking knows? But what we do sort of know is that, have you heard of the game Starfield?
Yeah, yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay, well, this is a game that they're supposedly working on. People know that they're working on it because they have a patent for it currently.
Oh, okay.
So it's a pretty much a thing, and people have been saying that they're gonna release a new IP at this E3, or they're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
This is what this guy who claims he works for Bethesda is saying that they're gonna show off is this game called Starfield,
Yeah.
which is like a sci-fi open world RPG game.
And now, is this like a brand new IP? Or are they going off an existing IP from a long time ago?
That's a brand new IP.
Oh, it's straight up brand new? Okay.
Yeah. It's basically like a Space Citizen. I think that's the
okay.
name of that.
Which is kind of like interesting that they're going this route. Like they did the apocalyptic, they did like the medieval. But I think when you told me the order in which this is supposed to, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's something else. See, they've been talking for a while about doing a space game, and like I see that. But another thing this leaker says is that they're trying to make this all in one universe, as in the Fallout, the Skyrim, and this new space game is all one basically universe that happens at different times.
Which is fair. You know, a lot of things do this nowadays. Like,
Yeah, the order they're doing it in though is kind of weird. They're saying it starts with Fallout 4, and then which was like the apocalypse. And
which
then,
yeah, this is where I'm getting like fucking really mixed signals.
yeah, it's
but
like
okay.
what? And then from there, it goes to sometime in the future is Starfield, which space that makes sense.
Yeah.
But then later on, it's supposed to go to Skyrim somewhere down the line.
Like, right? I can see your face. You're like, what?
Yeah, that's
How does that?
kinda-
Shouldn't it not be Skyrim,
Skyrim be
Fallout,
first?
and then Starfield? Should it not go in that order? Like
time jump
logically?
everywhere.
Yeah, man. Who
I mean,
knows,
sometimes things revert back. You know, like
Yeah.
they go backwards in time. The way that they almost de-evolve.
Well, you could
in
think of it
stories.
as an evolution now that they've evolved to have magic powers and fly dragons.
No, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I tried. I'm
Tried.
sorry. I was really I tried mustering that up. I can't do it. It just I don't see it. You know, like I guess so because if you had all that magic shit, why wouldn't that carry into
Yeah.
Fallout? Right? I
Yeah.
guess that kind of makes sense. Like, why wouldn't Fallout have these people being able to like shoot fucking fire out of their hands and like have dragons flying around, or well, maybe not dragons, but you know, like that style of gameplay, having the magic just in general should be in there. Technically, that's not something that would just fucking disappear with time. It would only get stronger and better because it's something that clearly works, right?
Yeah.
So I guess I kind of see that, but it doesn't make fucking sense to me. Like
No,
it's
not
so
really.
primitive.
Yeah.
The
Weird.
way, the way that Skyrim works, like the weapons and shit that they use, versus like
A nuke
yeah,
cannon.
why wouldn't there be fucking guns? Like if they had been invented already, there should be something in there to the effect of guns or something.
Maybe I don't know. It
Unless-
seems weird.
It's Fallout, the nuke happens, then it all goes into Skyrim. That makes no sense, though.
But it's supposed to be Starfield in the middle.
Yeah, Starfield's supposed to be right in the middle, where they're in space.
Yeah.
Because if you're in space, why the fuck would you come back to Skyrim? Why would you be like, oh, I'm just going
Yeah.
back where all the dragons are
Yeah.
eating me?
I don't know, man.
or
That's
I go
what-
to like another planet. Or
Mind you,
something.
this is all a leak, so who knows?
It's the time. It's like the timeline that's fucking with me the most,
Yeah.
right?
Well, he also has another timeline, which is also interesting. He says Starfield's coming out in 2017. They're supposed to be doing a Game of Thrones partnership for a game, and he says that's going to be coming out in 2020.
That I think would be okay, actually.
I could see that happening.
Have you like? I know you're not much of like a TV and movie guy, but have you tried watching Game
of Thrones? No.
You should try it.
Maybe when it's over.
Yeah, well, I would. By the time you should just start. It takes a long time to get through them. Each season is like 12 hours.
Oh
like,
yeah.
It takes a long time, but they're fucking fantastic. Like the story is good. So to take the story of the Game of Thrones and add it to Bethesda's like well-known properties, like the way that they do games.
If anyone could do it, it would probably be Bethesda.
I believe that because I think they just announced they're like doing like 4 other projects with Game of Thrones, like spin-offs and different IP stuff with that. So.
I believe that one. Yeah. I think that one is very possible.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, he says there's the Elder Scrolls 6 in 2023. Then he says there's a new Fallout project in 2025, and then Elder Scrolls 7 in 2030.
Yeah, that's...
Which is where it falls apart for me. I don't think they're going to wait 10 years to put out a new Fallout game.
I don't think so either, and I also don't think it's going to take that long for Elder Scrolls. Mm-hmm. That being said,
well, if they're working on these two new IPs, the Game of Thrones and the Starfield.
But Bethesda's like a multi-company. Like they're all huge. Over the fucking map. Like they're everywhere.
Yeah.
There is a lot of studios for Bethesda that work on games. So like they could easily be working on 5 projects.
Yeah.
At the same time, and like closing in on it being finished at the same time. You know what I mean? Like it could be that heavy. Another thing that we never even mentioned is like Red Dead Redemption.
Oh yeah. Well, that's Rockstar, but yeah.
But they've said it's not going to be at E3. They've said that. I don't know if that's true though. Like, how would they not? Like, I know it just recently got pushed back into the front part of 2018 instead of in September. But if it was close enough to have an announcement for September being a release, they should have some sort of presence at E3. Like, do you think maybe they're going to wait for PSX, which is more in November?
Maybe.
Yeah, or they might have their own little show, and they might. That'd be cool. Maybe if they show. They probably won't, but a little tease to GTA 6. I could see because it's been 5 years now.
There's been rumors about a GTA 6
really?
for a while. Like there's been a couple like leaks and stuff, and it was all due to their shareholders meetings.
I could see them doing that. Maybe having their own conference if they have enough shit.
We're in a day and age we may as well. Like E3 is slowly becoming more and more irrelevant over time. Like it's what's the point of announcing on E3 when you can just hold your own press?
That's what I was saying last night.
That's what Nintendo does.
Yeah, it's way more expensive to go to E3.
Yeah,
a booth.
Yeah. Nintendo technically not even part of E3. They just hold it like the day after at the same place.
No, they hold it the same day at a building like across the street.
Yeah, like a hotel or something.
Yeah, something. They do something really close to where E3 is, and it's may as well. Nintendo's like, I'll give you the money, but instead I'm just going to open up my own thing. And
they
spend
just do
half
what
the amount of
Nintendo
money
does.
And it's going to work for them. That's the thing, though. It's like Nintendo's good at that. They don't need to piggyback on other things to get their word across. Like Nintendo isn't like, we're the strongest system out there. Nintendo they don't care. They're not about that. They're about gameplay and fun. That's all they have ever been about. They used to be family. They're not really so much focusing on family anymore. It's more just gameplay, fun, and they fucking nail that every time.
Yeah,
it's very rare that they don't hit it out of the park with that.
It's the same thing for even like Marvel. They used to go to Comic-Con every year and show everything. They just hold their own thing now too.
Yeah, just they may as well.
It's cheaper and they
MarvelCon.
No, it's just like a Marvel.
I don't know. Marvel.
Can I trademark that?
All right. Well, if you didn't know, this has been Why the Fuck Not, where 3 friends sat around one table and we discuss a random topic. This one was a fairly large, big topic, but we managed to get it all through.
With special guest Kyle the intern.
Kyle the intern, which should be here for one more episode at the very least, and maybe we'll get you on every now and again, right? It's been very good having you.
Yeah,
so
it was a fun time.
Give us some feedback on how you felt about him. I'm sure he'd be more than happy to hear something from there. Again, you can always reach us at facebook.com/WTFN podcast. You can message us there. It's also why the fuck not podcast at gmail.com. Reach us there. Of course, you can find us on YouTube every single week on Tuesday at 12 o'clock. And of course, the best way to find us is on Podbean. Tuesday, 12 o'clock, every single week. We absolutely love your feedback. And with that in mind, I'm Ed.
I'm Erin.
I'm Kyle.
And just keep it fucking happy out there, folks.
Don't throw spoons at hookers.